So, good morning, first of all. Just let me check whether it is audible or not. Okay, so yeah, it's audible. So, hello all, good morning, and thanks for waiting for this session, because I was not there for a couple of weeks, and after a couple of weeks now I'm back with the uh, like ongoing process of your GitLab with your integration with Terraform and deploying all the resources to multiple clouds. So in the previous session we have discussed about like hybrid multi-cloud. That is one of the important topic which we have discussed and explained the depth, like what is hybrid multi-cloud. Sorry, not hybrid multi-cloud. It's multi-cloud, not hybrid multi-cloud. We haven't used uh, any private cloud. We have used two public cloud, and that is your for management of your multiple clouds at a time. And that is uh, the advantage of Terraform, because it supports multiple cloud management. And yeah, so that is okay. And we have discussed various topics, modules in Terraform, then loops, dynamic blocks, for loop, count block, everything which is required as per your company's perspective, like which they have given you a task. And then this what the topic we have covered, so automatically you can able to came to know, like or you will be able to came to know that this topic is sufficient, and you can start working with the task or assessment given by your company. So that is okay. That is okay. Now today we have covered Terraform just for like just till industrial level, and we will be integrating this to GitLab. Why we have to integrate, I have already told you in the first class, but I will just say introduce GitLab and how to integrate. um, I think integration will not be done today because it will take time, and but I will show you like how and what is the use case of using GitLab with Terraform. Okay, so let's start this topic, because this is one of the most important topic, because Terraform is one of the provisioning tool that will be helping you to provision the resources over different clouds. But using Terraform single-handedly, that is wrong way. Like you have a particular guy in the company, and then he will be sitting and just trying to deploy everything by his own hands, and not pushing the code anywhere, just using Terraform. So that is the wrong way. You have to use some CICD tool, that is here GitLab. So why GitLab? Doesn't matter, you can use Jenkins, you can use Travis CI, Circle CI, everything. But I just say using GitLab because it's easy to understand. That doesn't mean Jenkins and Travis CI, Circle CI is hard to understand. They are also easy to understand. Same thing if you use GitLab, so automatically Travis CI, then Circle CI, drone CI, concourse core CI, and Travis CI, Circle CI, uh, drone CI, GitHub actions. I'm not talking about Jenkins. Jenkins have the different uh, architecture uh, of your starting with or you can say CICD part. The content, or you can say the way of writing the code is different in Jenkins compared to these tools. So this tool, if you see, if you have learned GitLab, this will be automatically you will be getting. And what is Travis CI, Circle CI, drone CI, concourse CI, GitHub actions. So you can able to understand at least, because they using YAML file only there. Let's say you can use any let's say pipeline.yaml, and here you can use, I guess, um, work, I think something related to, but it's also in YAML, everything in YAML. Pipeline.yaml doesn't mean it's hard coded. You have to use this name, doesn't matter, you can give any name. uh, drone CI, .yaml file and .yaml file here also. What is .yaml file? .yaml file is one of the way to write your CI/CD script, which will be helping you to run the entire pipeline when you just try to deploy the resources. So there we use YAML file. Like in Jenkins, what we do, we use Groovy scripts. Okay, DSL pipelines, everything we just use. And this is your, you can assume that this is same as your JSON language, but here it's YAML. So YAML is completely different than JSON. Both work for the same purpose, but YAML is easy to understand compared to JSON. It is not the whole JSON, just it's a Groovy language, but I am just giving you the reference that this looks same as JSON, because you have some curly braces and functions into it, so you can just describe JSON in the Groovy script, or you can just, I'm just giving the reference who don't know any idea of or you don't know any part of Jenkins. So I just did this is difference. So what these tools, I'm not talking about Terraform now, I'm just using CICD tool. I'm just giving you the flavor of CICD tool. So what this CICD tool will do for you, or what it will solve in the current industry. Okay, so it will just try to what is CICD? CICD means continuous integration, continuous delivery, or deployment. Okay, CICD, continuous integration, continuous delivery, deployment. Means you can use either delivery or deployment. Okay, this is CICD, and this is one of the role in DevOps. So when you go to a particular job profile in DevOps, they will ask you that you have this requirement mentioned in the JD, that is job description. So you have this requirement, like CICD pipeline you have to create with the different tools which I have mentioned above. So these are the tools you can use, Travis CI, Circle CI, but mostly they will use Jenkins, and they will use GitLab. These are the tools the company also use, but not much in the industry currently, because not everyone is familiar with this. Okay, and something have like all the tools depends on the like where they have built, and which team has involved in the building process of this tool. So some have disadvantage, some have advantage. Depends on your requirement, what you want to solve. Okay, so this is the one part. And okay, so what we'll do, we will just try to I will just try to tell you what is CICD. That it is continuous integration and continuous deployment or delay. So imagine that you have a code, a piece of a code. Let's say it's in Terraform. I'm just assuming that Terraform code. Let's say we have, because you are familiar with Terraform, so let's say it's ec2.tf. What this file is ec2.tf. So it will have the content of your EC2, that is your Elastic Cloud Compute, your EC2 instance code, and it will be deploying EC2 server. Okay, this is the code I got from the Terraform engineers or infrastructure engineers. Okay, I got the code, and I told them that please push the code to your SCM tool. You have many SCM tools. You have GitHub, that is one of the most famous. Most famous, and then you have also GitLab. Then you have Bitbucket, and if you come here, so every tool, like Travis CI, Circle CI. Okay, Travis CI, Circle CI, Drone CI, 𝐤𝐿 CI, GitHub Actions, they will have their own SCM area. Okay, there you can push all the code. Means let's say if you have GitHub, okay, this is your SCM tool, okay, where you will push all the code, and in the GitHub you have GitHub Action. that means this is your CICD tool. Okay, this is CICD tool. So what it will do, it will fetch all the code from GitHub and it will give to your GitHub action, so it could run the pipeline whenever it wanted. Okay. Okay, same thing of Travis CI, Circle CI, they have own SCM area, so there you can push the code. This is important because you don't have to rely some to other tool. Let's say you are using a particular CI/CD tool and you are pushing the code to some other SCM tool. Let's say you have GitHub action. This is your let's say we are talking about GitLab, so let's say GitLab is your CI/CD tool, and your code will be coming to from GitHub. So this we are using a third party GitHub, where you have SCM, or means all the code will be there in GitHub, and we have to connect GitHub to GitLab. So this is the other part or extra part we have to do, but that it doesn't look hard, it is easy, but the code will be situated here. So you have to manage the other things as well, like other license, other admin part, everything about the GitHub part, because it's SCM tool and you're storing here. But what we can do, we can store in the GitLab as well. GitLab they have their own SCM storage, so there you can store all the code and then connect the GitLab pipeline and then you can work. Okay, so this is giving you that this is your normal behavior of your CI/CD tool, any CI/CD tool. But in Jenkins you will not find. In Jenkins they don't have any code to store. You can use code means they have the workspaces, but that is not the right one, because you have to use SCM tool. Okay, SCM tool means you have to create a particular repository where the same way we create in GitHub, so the same way we have to push all the code there. So it will be in future it will be already allocated there. Okay, so that is one part I would just want to tell you. And coming back to the CI/CD part, so I have already told my engineers that you have already pushed the code to, let's say, GitLab. Okay, you have already pushed the code, because I explained you what is the advantage of using GitLab here. So my infrastructure engineers has written this code, and they you push this code to your GitLab. Now this part is done, their infrastructure work is done. Now the CI/CD engineers or the pipeline who will create the pipeline, they will be having their own role to create a particular pipeline. Okay, but why we have to create a pipeline? That is the most important question. Why we have to? Because like without creating the pipeline, will Terraform will not able to deploy the resources to AWS or any other cloud. The main part is it can deploy the resources to other cloud, but it will be handy, like you have to come here again and again, and if anything is changed in your code, let's say you have ec2.tf and you haven't pushed this code to your let's say GitHub. Okay, you haven't pushed this code. Now you haven't pushed this code means you have to store this code locally. Okay, that is one of the part, and you have to run Terraform plan, apply, init, everything locally. Okay, but in future if you left the company, okay, and you were the only Terraform engineer, infrastructure engineer, and you left the company, and some other guy has came to your position, and he find that this code is there, but he will try to understand it, he will try to check it, and then he will try to work on this. Okay, so you have to send this code to other guy, because you have left the company, and you have to send this code to other guy as well, because he will be working on that particular code. So that is one of the challenge, because if you are currently doing work from home, so you have to share the code from drive folder or anything. So any means of storage you can share it, but that is a tedious process. Like you have to involve extra activity in storing the code and just transferring the code to other guy. That is the other part. But here if you try to push this code to GitHub, okay, So you don't have to tell them that I have like you have to send this files or everything. They will just use this link, GitHub link, and they will be working on this further process. Okay, so this is the advantage of using SCM tool. Coming back to the CICD, where we'll use CICD. So this part, if you see Terraform plan, Terraform apply, you are running locally. Locally means you have to come and apply, and everything will be handy. Like you have to carry every step, every command. You haven't created any script. You have to run locally. That is one of the part. And if you're running locally, so there will be a chance that you will be having some like manual errors, or you will be involving in some error activity, and then it will be causing some issue to the environment. Okay, regardless you have staging or production environment. Okay, so that is one of the parts. So what CICD will do for you? CICD will or let's say here GitLab will be helping you to deploy these resources within a single click. Like you are creating a particular switch that okay, now I have to run Terraform apply, Terraform init, Terraform validate, Terraform FMT. So anything you wanted to create, you can create a particular switch. Switch means, I'm just giving example switch, so there is no such topic in switch. Switch means you have created a particular button, and if you press that button, so it will ask you whether we have to deploy or not. So it's like he will ask you, or sorry, GitLab will ask you, and you have to perform the activity. So it is like one of the handy, you are making this CICD part with your Terraform, and it will be deploying the resources to your cloud. So that is one of the good part, and it will be storing all the code to the SCM tool. So if any error you occur, so you can show them that this error is there, because you cannot take your laptop to the manager that okay, this is my error. But if you are getting the error in the CICD, that is in your one of the SCM tool, so you can share the link that this is the error I got, so they will be able to resolve as soon as possible. Okay, this is one of the small part I just told you, but I haven't told you the main part of CICD. So continuous integration means you are trying to continuously integrate with your let's say you are told to infrastructure engineer that you have created .tf code, ec2.tf. okay, and you are trying to integrate with your GitLab, or let's say if you don't understand GitHub, that is SCM tool. So you are trying to integrate. As soon as there is change in this file, automatically it will try Git will try to tell you that you please commit this change, commit and push this change, because you have created change. And as soon as you go here, and it will try to continuously integrate, because this files is from local. This is in your local. Okay, this is in your local, and this is on your GitHub or GitLab. So as soon as you commit this code, so it will be storing directly to SCM. That is one of the continuous integration part, that it will be helping you to continuously integrate with different SCM tool. So means it will be creating a particular flow, that if you enter this, or if you commit this code, so it will be directly going to SCM, and it will be helping you to store the code on the SCM tool. Let's say GitLab and GitHub. So this is your CI part, like you are continuously integrating to different SCM tool. Okay, so this is one part. And what is about CICD? CD means continuous deployment or delivery. I'm just using the deployment word here. Now CI part is done. Deployment part is you are trying to use this Terraform code and run this Terraform code to deploy the resources to AWS or Azure environment or GCP environment. So there comes the part of your there's a come part of your deployment, like you are trying to deploy, like what we do, Terraform, Terraform apply, Terraform plan. What is this? This is your deployment actions. Deployment actions means you are trying to deploy the resources to means you will be deploying after that, like after you hit Terraform apply, so it will be helping you to deploy the resources to AWS. Okay, so this is, so rather than using manual process, let's say manual process of your manual process of your this one, Terraform apply command, you can use CICD part. So it will be creating a particular script, and in this script you have to enter somewhere, like I will be running Terraform apply command after plan, then it will deploying continuously. Now this part is set, like you use Terraform apply, Terraform, let's say plan, Terraform apply. Okay, this is done. Okay, now this whole pipeline is created. This is known as pipeline. Okay, CICD pipeline we have created. This is the whole, like you have to create the pipeline once in a time, once for your company, and then you have want to change, so you can change it, the inner content of it, but pipeline is created only once for your industry, or you for not industry, for your company. And as soon as you commit, let's say I wanted to use vpc.tf. okay, now this is for vpc. So as soon as you commit this code to your this GitHub or GitLab, so automatically the whole pipeline will run. You have to set some triggers. Triggers means automatically if you try to run this, or in GitLab they have a default trigger by default. As soon as you commit, so the whole pipeline will run. Whole pipeline will run means it will try to push this code. As soon as you push this code, it will run everything, like Terraform plan, Terraform apply, everything. Okay. This is the other part. So it will run the whole pipeline. It will deploy to like in a single click. You will see that this will be working. Okay. Now you have a question that where you will be running this. Like say in your laptop you have, sorry, in your laptop you have your Windows environment. Let's say your Windows, and you have installed Terraform. Okay, and you running Terraform in it, so it's working. Okay, but in GitLab how it works, you have to assign some image means you can say runner means let me break this in simple words. Runner means your a particular server which will be helping you to just hold on. Yeah, I was telling that in Windows you have installed Terraform. This is your Windows image. Windows image means in your Windows laptop. Same thing in the GitLab environment. How it works, you have to create a particular not create an image, you have to use a particular image in which Terraform is already installed. Let's say I am using Terraform image, Terraform light image. Light is one of the version. So as soon as you use this image, using this image, it will create a particular OS behind the scene. Okay, it will be in Linux obviously, Linux, and it will be using, I think it will be using, I think let me check it. Belongs, so not APK, sorry, nope, not APK. Okay, there is a different one, don't confuse. So they're using some Linux. Let's say it's using Ubuntu there. Okay, it's using Ubuntu there. It's not using Ubuntu, but just imagine that he's using Ubuntu. Okay, so behind the scene using Linux, and this Linux is known as, means this OS is known as runner. You can have default runner, sorry, default runner, or self-hosted runner. Self-hosted runner. Okay, self-hosted runner. Self-hosted runner means you can self-host your runner according to your requirement. Default means it will be using default with this image, and if you're using this image, so Terraform will automatically install in this, so you don't have to run any commands to install Terraform. Okay, so the same thing happens in your like if you are using your Windows, so you have to install it, but here you don't have to install it. You have to use a Terraform image, and it will automatically, means the time of installing Terraform will not be consumed, it will be not wasted. You can use that time for other work. So this is the one thing I would like to tell you. And yeah, so this is our image, so it will be running everything. And if you're running Terraform in a Terraform plan, Terraform apply, so automatically it will be helping you to run in this OS, and it will be giving the output automatically. So not to waste more time, just I will like to introduce GitLab. So this is a general page of GitLab, and if you are coming back here, so I just created this for one month ago. I just put this in from 1 month ago, and now what I will do, this is your project. You can assume that this is your project. Project means this will be helping you to store the code in a separate workspace. So this, you can assume this is a workspace, or this is a folder. You can assume anything. So it's a different directory, you can say, or a project name. So what I will do, I will just create a new project. I will just tell, okay, this is my, create a blank project, create a template, create from template means already template you have, you can create, so you will not waste much of your time. And run a CICD for external repository. External repository means you can create a CICD pipeline with not with your SCM of your GitLab. You can bring the SCM from GitHub or Bitbucket, so you can integrate with this. Just I told you that, but you can, GitLab also give you the facility of this. And import project means if you have already done the project in your company and you wanted to migrate to different user now, so you can import the project. So you can use import the project. You have to just mention your migrate your data from your external source like GitHub, Bitbucket, or another instance of GitLab. Just I told you that runner one. So you can just try to integrate runner with this project, and you can import this project. That is a different part. If that we don't do normally, we just create a blank project, and as soon as you create a blank project, so I will just tell India, so automatically it will be assigning this project name, and this is my first pipeline. Okay, select the deployment title. Project description is, you can mention anything, and this is your project URL, so automatically you will be able to see the project URL and combining with your project name. Project deployment will be so what are the targets? So you can use this type of target means where you want to deploy, where you want to run this. So you can use either Kubernetes, GKE, EKS, OpenShift, or AKS, Heroku virtual machine of EC2 instance, mobile app store, GitLab pages, anything. So you can use, but I think I will go with the I will just select after that, or you can create an empty project, because it will be running in the normal only. Like normal means in the GitLab only. So this is optional, so you can just ignore this. Or if you have the requirement that you have to run the pipeline going inside the Kubernetes cluster, going inside the virtual machine, and going inside the serverless backend like Lambda cloud function, so you can use this facility, but this is not required. I'm just creating a public as of now. This can be accessed without any authentication, so you can access it. You can check this project which I have created. I will share the link. So initialize with the readme. You can create a particular readme file and enable static application testing. Analyze your source open source for unknown security is for security vulnerabilities, but that we can neglect. Okay, that we can neglect. This is the important stuff, or you can say most um, important one. So after this you can create a project. As soon as you create the project, so it will be creating for you, and this is your project. Okay. Now this is your project. So it will be telling you on the left side you have project information, repositories. That just I told you that the SEM tool. So the SEM code will be storing here. Issues, what are the issues, merge requests, if you have merge or not. So completely you will see the SEM environment here. Let's say in SEM in GitHub you have PRs, APR, merge requests, pull requests, everything you have. Merge conflicts you can solve here and everything. CICD part you have. In CICD part you have I will come here. This is the important part of today's agenda. And deployments, packages, infrastructure you have Kubernetes and Terraform. Let me check with this Terraform. Stages, you don't have any stage of Terraform state 5. Okay, the actually this is for I will tell you this later. I will tell you this because this is an important part. Okay, I will just tell you later means, or you can assume that this is one of the state file storage. State file means when you store the state file, when you store the state file of your Terraform state file in the S3 bucket. So rather than storing the state file in the S3 bucket, you can store it here. Because why to go to the S3 bucket? Because it's a third party tool, and you are using GitLab, so there should be facility of storing the state file here. So there you can use this. Okay, and then you can monitor metrics, everything, error alerts, everything. Okay, in settings you have all the settings. I will go to the project information, and again I just created this. I will just go click here, and this is my code. You will see not code, I haven't done anything. Okay, so what I will do, I will just try to push the code of your EC2 instance. So what I will do, I will just try to open my desktop, and I will create a new folder. I just open VS Code. So let me create a ec2.tf, just ec2.tf, and in this ec2.tf I will just try to gather the code, how you can gather it. EC2 AWS Terraform. Okay, and then come here in AWS instance. I'm just assuming that you already done it, because this is like normal process we do. Come here and grab this code, paste it here, and I wanted to use AMI ID. I'm not using variable or anything. t2 micro, name osfti gitlab. Okay, now what I will do, I will just try to gather the image id. I will come here and just try to, sorry, I have to stop this. Copy this. Not name, your AMI. Then provider.df for your different cloud provider. I'm using AWS. Region, say US East 1, and yeah, that's okay. Save it. This is okay, right? This is okay. And what I will do, I will just try to go here in your GitLab. I will just try to add this or clone this, or even clone it. I just copy this. Clone this, and I will just put this code, this code. Nothing is there. Let me switch to the directory. Then if you do git status, you will see two files has been updated. Git add, I will be adding. Then git commit -m, adding EC2 files. You can give any comment. Git push. I think is required, I guess, or access denied. Let me check. Should be there, or it's some required some authentication before. Why authentication fail? Yeah, they're asking this. Then I don't remember any. My username, this is my username, I guess. I don't remember, but let me. Let me sign out. Or let me log in from here. Google. Oh. Okay. Let me add this. Yeah, this one only. So 18@gmail.com. Password failed. I don't know why it's failed. I don't remember the password. So what I will do, I will just try to come here and uh, try to come here in this dashboard. So what you can do, you can just try to upload this file. How you can upload this? Upload means you can just click on upload and drop this file. FTI GitLab Techno India. I will try to add to this this to file. Okay, so FTF. Done. And provider as well. Okay, so this two part means we have just committed this code in your GitLab. Okay, this part is done. We have committed this code. Okay, this part is done. Now for using Terraform, that how you can run this. So for this you have to create a particular script that is your YAML script. Okay, YAML script that obviously not we will be doing today, because that will be taking some time and I don't want it to confuse you. I just wanted to take it from scratch. So what we have done, we have just used ec.tf and provider.tf to upload the files to your respective SCM, that is your GitLab, and then you see the commits that how much commits I have done. 3 commits means if you upload the file, it will act as a commit. Branches, I don't have much branches, I only have main branches. Tags and contributor. Graphs, you will see graphs, so I don't have much graph. Those 2 files have done. Initial commit was to create the file, and then new file ec.tf and your provider.tf. So it will give you a tracking ID and everything. You can compare it, but how you can compare it, because there is no other branch. There should be 2 branches to compare. Okay, so if you come here to CICD part and if you go in the pipeline, so you will be able to see that this is your pipeline. But if you haven't created any pipeline, you can try this template, but I will just not show you now. I will just try to show you every step-by-step creation of pipeline tomorrow, because this is your first part of your GitLab, so I don't want to confuse you, and just sticking to the normal process to give you a basic only about your GitLab. Okay. Now if you have a question, that you have a question that you have created this file provider.tf, but how will you authenticate to AWS? You haven't provided any access key secret key here. Okay, you haven't provided. So for that, you will not be able you will not provide access and secret key directly in the provider.tf. As soon as you provide this to the provider.tf and if you push this code, so it will be giving, or it will be having the issue of your password, like someone will take your password, and it will, because it's public. Currently I have just used public. If you use private, so that's okay, but that is not the best process. Or you can use other way, that you can store this password in vault means you can store this password, so others cannot be able to access, only Terraform or GitLab can able to access. So for that, what you can do, you can create go in the settings, go in the CICD. As soon as you go in the variables, you will see in the variables expand, so you can add here which variables you can add. Let's say a access key, AWS access key ID, and you can paste the value, and AWS secret key ID, secret access key, you can paste the value. I will show you everything, everything. Don't be in hurry. And as soon as you run, as soon as you save this, so it will be automatically integrated with this future Techno India. This is your ec.tf provider.tf file, and one file is missing here, that is a script of your pipeline. I will just create. So till that, this is okay. This is okay till here. It's okay, and till here you can practice it. You can create your GitLab account, and then you can try to push this code. And for further process, we will discuss this tomorrow. Okay. So till then, take care and bye. Please subscribe the channel and comment if you want more interesting stuff in this technical domain. Thank you.